Alright viewers, if you are just joining us, we're in game number 2 against with University of Miami against United States Air Force Academy. University of Miami is up 1-0 or over United States Air Force Academy 0. This is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg between University of Miami's compLeX versus USAFA's Pharaoh. So we'll see how this goes. This should be a very high, fast-paced, interesting match. So let's get this going. Loading on MLG dual site. My co-caster will be back in just 1 second. So.
How appropriate do you guys usually try to be on these things?
Just try to be ourselves, really.
Oh, so I could say Bobby went to take a quick fat break.
Yeah. Took a fat break.
Yeah, be fat.
How'd you guys know I was doing that?
Just a quickie.
Alright, we're loading. We're already ready to go. Okay. Spawning on the right side, we have University of Miami's compLeX. Very high level Zerg. Spawning on the left side, we have United States Air Force Academy's Pharaoh. Another high level Zerg, so this should be quite the interesting ZVZ. What do you think?
I think ZVZ,
Yeah, just a quick pause.
You know it's an interesting game right off the top because they're both pausing and trying to get out their manuals.
Right. Trying to instill some of that fear in his opponent by pausing the game.
Well, it's really a giant mental checklist in the very beginning of the game of splitting drones, building your first drone, making sure you double, stack the drones on the near middle patch. So when you pause that, that's kind of a psyops warfare tactic designed to break that mental checklist and quite possibly reduce their APM early game. It's really quite useless.
When
that's my fault.
Into the end zone, that's called a touchdown. I'm contributing.
Alright, so
come on. What happens when you get the touchdown?
Here we go. We have Pharaoh already going for that 11 pool, that 10 pool, 11 gas.
It's always fascinating to watch Zerg players play almost a mirror match.
Sure.
But there is no mirror match going. I see the compLeX character going for a macro-friendly build.
Getting a lot more drones. Going for the 14 pool as opposed to Pharaoh's 10 pool. So already he's going to be a little bit economically ahead. Let's see if Pharaoh can do enough damage to pull himself back into the game. He's going to have a slight lead for the start of the match. About 200 minerals a minute, looks like.
Pointing out to the newbie players of the audience, that's one thing you want to keep in mind. If you do opt for an aggressive build like Pharaoh here, it's important not just to have units up to defend your base, but you have to do something with those Zerglings. If you don't do enough damage to the enemy, he's going to be ahead later on because of the macro. Stating the obvious.
Definitely, definitely. Here we have his queen coming out first because his spool was done first, so he should have the larva advantage for a little while, but let's see how far that carries him. He's pulled off of gas at 100, so obviously it's the speedling opening with the 10 pool. Not doing anything with his Zerglings yet, probably going to wait until he has a sufficient number to do something before he moves out so that the enemy overlords don't actually catch a glimpse of those Zerglings on the way over. compLeX also pulling off gas, getting the 14 spool but speedling opening. Spitting already. Here's exciting, we just have some drones mining. And compLex's drone going for a hatchery right now. This could be dangerous.
As he does not have enough Zerglings to hold off Pharaoh's attack, he's going to have to pull some drones inevitably. And if Vicro is going to be the deciding factor here, Pharaoh is very great mechanically and may pull off some more damage.
Here come the Zergling encounter, but of course, compLeX having more Zerglings, Pharaoh is forced to run around. He's probably going to try and get a glimpse of what's going on in the base. Massing up more Zerglings here in the base before he's actually going to attack.
Very interesting. Why would you see more Zerglings at the on compLex's end than Pharaoh's, considering he had an early spawning pool, Ichi?
Well, right now he's just trying to pump out as many Zerglings. He's staying straight on 14 drones. He hasn't touched any more. Neither has Pharaoh, incidentally, but you'll see Pharaoh has a ton more drones or Zerglings coming in right now. He's going to be able to overrun compLeX really easily. It depends on if this Baneling Nest will finish just in time, as well as if compLeX can hold off with the proper micro. Going around speed, just finishes in time before he gets the surround going.
Excellent timing on that speed.
Going into the base, stopping him on the ramp. A little bit of Zergling micro going on here.
Did you ever put your small twig to an anthill when you were a kid, Ichi?
No, I didn't.
This is what you see. A bunch of little bugs just scrambling around, looking like chaos.
Pharaoh going for the hatchery over here, not really getting any opportunity to really attack into this. Looks like compLeX is going to hold. If the run-by doesn't go through, no run-by. That queen is just in position. Loses all the Zerglings.
More Zerglings.
Zerglings are trailing in. More Zerglings coming out from compLeX. compLeX is holding really nicely right now. Also having this economic lead of 2 drones.
And the Baneling online now.
Right.
Not the Baneling, but Baneling Nest online. He really does have an advantage over Pharaoh in every way you can manage to say it.
With the Baneling Nest up, with the Baneling Nest complete, he has more than enough to defend all of these Zerglings. Pharaoh still hasn't put down an expansion. He's really trying to push this hard. It's going to really come down to the micro again.
Looks like this push from Pharaoh is kind of all in this at this point. He's doing nothing but pushing out Zerglings. He's not making any attempt to get ahead because he knows he's behind the macro. This may very well be game as slightly off as identified. And with the Zerglings vulnerable to Banelings on such a large level, this might be over in 2 minutes before the 10-minute mark.
Here come the Banelings about to pop right in front of the Zerglings. Oh no, this is terrible. Oh gosh, all the Zerglings go down. Huge hit. Looks like this is game over.
Zerganity, if that's what you can say.
Yeah, this is game.
It's GG and University of Miami
takes it for University of Miami.
2-0 for this set.
We're going to pause the stream for now and come back for Game 3 of the 2v2 match, so stay tuned. Thanks.
Bye, kids.